We've reached the climax, y'all. Announcing our climax tour. We are going to be going all over the country and Canada, East Coast, Midwest, West Coast, South. Mandy's going to tell you all about how to secure your tickets because I'm telling y'all, you don't want to let this sell out.
Y'all heard it right. We are hitting 16 cities for the official climax tour brought to you by Whoreible Decisions. Y'all do not want to miss out. Our patrons will have first dibs Tuesday and Wednesday to purchase pre-sale tickets with a special code given out only on Patreon. And tickets will be available for everybody this Friday, April 28th at whorehive.com. You do not want to miss out. Tickets are sure to sell out, and we want the Whorehive present loud and proud. Now again, tickets go on sale this Friday, April 28th. See you there. Now let's get to the show. What it is, ho? What's up? Welcome to another episode of Whoreible. This is Yones.
What's up, y'all?
What it do?
I'm Weezy.
And I'm your girl, Mandii, a.k.a. Pet the Stallion, a.k.a. That Bitch. And y'all, we solo today, y'all.
We are.
We came in like, what's up? We've been touring. We have been meeting the Whorehive, and it has been amazing. We are now on our little break, but we have knocked out 5 cities already.
I know, and every show gets better and better. I think something that I've been like excited by is everybody's really impressed with like the things that we add to our shows. Like,
yeah,
just kind of seeing, I don't know. I feel like our shows have always been good. Like my favorite show of ours of all time is our first show we ever had. And then
really?
And then LA, the one where
that was one of my least favorite because y'all, that's where I found out I was allergic to vitamin C on my face, and I was a big bitch, and I was just not comfortable. Like,
it was just
at all. I think having both of our moms there was cool.
It was just a testimony to me that like it's not hard. That like, you know, everything that we've come up with for our shows is not because we've seen it somewhere else. And that's not even being shady. Like,
it's not?
No, like I think sometimes even like musicians, right? They kind of like go to see what other things look like. Like that was just creatively like, it is what it is, you know, like all of our games, we figure out what could be fun, what could be different. And it's something that people haven't seen before. And I know they couldn't have seen it before because we made it. So like, I feel like that first show really showed me like, oh, this isn't hard to do. Like, and by that, I mean like put the show on.
Right.
Of course, like logistics gets tough and things like that. But like making this show and being able to perform isn't difficult. So that let me know like this was a moneymaker. The Kiki show.
See, that show didn't make me know it was a moneymaker because, bitch, we broke even. So I didn't know.
Oh, I just saw how
the money in it until later down the road because
maybe the podcast was a moneymaker to me after that. That's what I mean.
Okay, yeah, because the live shows, bitch, we broke even on that shit.
But also, like, didn't really understand what we were doing in the first place, right? For that, but like knowing that vibe was there. But the show I say in LA. When people bullied Sharonis to kiss me, or me to kiss Sharonis, that was fun, bitch. Y'all should bully me with another cute nigga again. That was great. I felt bad because BDD was there and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get some dick tonight. And then I was like, but at the same time, I have to perform.
I'm not gonna lie. It has been, this is the first tour so far that like, well, maybe because I ain't got none right now, but this has been the first tour where I haven't had like my hoes at every show. Like, normally someone either comes in, like I had an old hoe at one of them, but he's not a current hoe. He's just a supporter, a good long, like lifelong friend at this point. But like not having like any of my niggas at the show, I think I'm going to keep it up because I enjoy just the freedom of being on stage and saying whatever the fuck I want. And I really enjoyed our Kinksters. I wanted to shout them out though. So we kicked off the tour in Detroit, where apparently y'all not freaky enough in Detroit, bitch. Because we ain't really have no Kinksters there. But in Cincinnati, we had 2. So I want to shout out Ambrosia, who did a phenomenal sensual pole dance and a lap dance for Weezy. And then Dahlia.
Oh, wait,
Daddy
we got to
Desire.
tell people what happened in the middle of that. That shit was funny. What's kind of fun about doing these shows, too, is like, we not Beyonce. So like faux pas in the middle of the show are funny because like, we're already a show that doesn't edit shit. Like, we're very authentic.
Period.
So, in Cincinnati, Vinny is managing our makeup artists and whoever's coming in and whatever staff, cameras, team, stuff like that. So if someone's writing him, he doesn't have their numbers.
He just got the zip code.
Which I don't know why, no shade to the makeup artist, but why would you text him and tell him you couldn't say?
I don't know.
So we had the Kingster, Ambrosia, who came out and did the strip tease and, all that, and it was really hot. So he gets a text right before she's supposed to go on, 10 minutes before, like, I'm so sorry, I can't stay. My mom just
had an emergency
in the hospital.
And I got to go to the hospital.
So Mandi's in the middle of doing a game. Vinny's locking eyes with me on the stage. And I'm like, oh shit. Okay, what we going to do? How we going to improvise? So I'm looking at Mandii. Like, what did I say? I was like, this is what we going to do. We're going to get up there. I'm going to get on the pole. We're going to say 3 things that we should do for this. And we're like, bet. We get up there. So I'm on the mic. And I'm like,
and she literally makes the announcement, hey guys, so we had a Kingster, but they had to leave for an emergency. So, and then next thing I know, I look over to the goddamn staircase where the Kingster's supposed to be. And she's like, wait, bitch, I'm here. So I'm like, Weezy, cut it. Wait. So I go to Vinny and I'm like, she's here. Here go Vinny at the end. He was like, oh, I thought the Kingster said they couldn't make it. So literally, we're like panicking mid-show. And I'm just like,
why would the makeup artist text that as if we needed her the whole show or needed her right before that shit? And she was good too, I'm sorry. But bitch, what?
Yeah. I wanted to give another shout out to our Kingsters in Chicago, Solomon Abrams, who did a wonderful shibari rope with a BBW. And babe, it was cute. And then also our opener who did burlesque, El Dujour. In Houston, we had Sir Debonair open up, as well as Coach Feline. Sir Debonair was a drag king and burlesque performer. And then Coach Feline did probably one of the best spoken word, sensual shit I done seen. And mind y'all, I know we saying spoken word, but the ones we've been interviewing, it's not given. Listen, Coach Feline gave. And then we had Chocolate Bunny do a dominatrix. They're not. You're not. Girl, it's not given.
You were the one who said you loved her.
I loved her. That's what I'm saying. She was the only...
No, the spoken word that we had.
That's what I'm saying. She is literally the only one that I really enjoyed.
I mean, on Whoreible. You said the ones we didn't have.
No, I'm talking about the ones that we've been interviewing for the live show.
Oh, I thought you meant the ones
No. I would love to have her again, too, because I've seen her perform live.
I see what you're saying.
Which is why I would love it again.
I thought Mandii was like, the ones we interviewed wasn't shit.
I'm talking about the ones we've interviewed to perform at the live show.
Got you.
She was amazing. And then in Dallas, Chocolate Bunny also opened up. She was our Kingster in Houston, but she opened up as well in Dallas. And then we had 4 from Black Ink Crew and his dom, Robin, where that was great, y'all. 4 sucked my toes and his dom brought out a strap and we got to talk about pegging a little bit. So I'm hoping we get to bring him on an episode because, bitch, I'm here for it. He came out just like a little oink oink.
There's a few rules that I would like to set for these shows.
Oh, wait. Are you about to tell which rules? Because also, real quick, for anyone interested, I'm not going to say who did it or in what city, but moving forward, if you guys are interested in being Kingsters at the Climax Horrible Decisions Tour, it is a show that you are being paid for. We have had now multiple cities where niggas was trying to get it on backstage. And while not only backstage, ladies and gentlemen.
Bitch, can I talk for a second?
Oh, were you about to say that?
Yes.
Oh, she gonna talk to the audience, but hold on, I'm talking to the Kingsters. Weezy gonna talk to the audience. But Kingsters, this is a job. Please come perform and enjoy the show. Please do not try to get busy in the back because the venue is coming to us about it. Jesus Christ.
So these are the rules I'd like to set. Y'all have had great energy. We've only had, I was going to say one issue, 2. It was a girl who was in Atlanta that said the shit about, I had a 2-parent household.
Okay.
And
then 3, because you almost got off the stage in Orlando to fight somebody.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't really remember any issue. I do remember someone being aggressive with me at the Black Effect Fest, screaming at me up in my face and putting her hand up about some shit that I didn't like. But what I will say is the energy y'all have brought to the live shows are exactly what we need.
Oh, I love it.
You guys come, just to let you know what I think rules should be. Some of you come and you're in a terrible mood, and I get that, and you just need a pick-me-up. It's so great to see that we can turn it around, that you could sit with the hive, that you guys get so many people we met that came alone, which I love because they were all like, oh yeah, it was straight. Like they were loving it. Like they met people, made friends when they left. I would say with this for rules, 1, come with some great energy. 2, make sure that when you're coming to the show that you have an open mind for anyone that's on the stage and if you get on stage. So everybody actually that has got on stage has been fun as shit. Even if they were bad at whatever games, they were fun.
Oh no, I'm
not saying that the girl from El Paso was bad at sucking dick, but she was. But she was fun though.
Yeah, no, she was fun.
Right? So like, that was funny to me. That's why I don't mind laughing about it. But like, I do think some people are like, oh, I want to get up there. And they have no idea that there's hundreds of people looking at you. So I would say this, bitch, if you know you won't get on stage for a game and you shoot your motherfucking hand up, be ready, bitch. You better take the house down because what we about to start, per Vinny, is the Apollo rules. Because when that bitch got up there and said deep throating is just for porn.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like, oh, girl.
Are those all the audience rules?
Mm-hmm. And then the next and final one that I think is something that seems like a no-brainer. But obviously, you're going to get horny when you're at this show.
Okay, I'm glad you're bringing this up.
And you're going to want to do some wild shit, which Mandii and I are so used to people meeting at live shows, having threesomes.
This is why, fellas, y'all need to pull up.
Oh, I'm telling you, like, the single niggas that go are like, nigga, what? So here's the rule. The rule is, please don't think that our live show is a sex club. Please don't think that me setting that rule as a parameter is me trying to, I don't know, stifle you. I don't give a fuck what you do when you leave the venue, but like, Mandii and I already throw the wildest shows that these venues see.
Yeah.
Right? The first thing out of their mouth is always like, oh my God, we just had a podcast show last night. It was nothing like that. They're the, boom, boom, this, that. Like they're literally thanking us for coming to their city after because they had no idea when we walked in the door.
Staff has a good time. It's a great fucking show.
But that don't mean that you can suck a dick
in the audience.
First of all,
during the show.
Not only like it's non-consensual to the people sitting next to you, it's disrespectful to Mandii and I. And also, bitch, get it together, ho.
Get it together. You could suck somebody in your phone, somebody that you already know, but offering to suck dick
during
the show is wild.
A friend of mine.
But also, wait, again, because I want to double down on this. We talk about consent all the time. This is not a sex club. So no one around you is consenting to see you suck a nigga dick right by you.
I just said that shit, bitch.
Jesus,
let me get this
I
out.
wanted to double down on it.
My homeboy came to this show completely unaware of what we do. Also knows the show, but like unaware of how the show works. Bro, he got to that green room and was like in shock. And this is a nigga that's played ball all over the world. He was like, I've never, like, what? I mean, did you see his face? He's like, I can't believe it. Like, she was trying to do it right there.
Like, right there. Not even wait till after. She said, I will suck your dick right here,
you know
right
what
now.
I wanted to ask? What was the run time in that she did that? The show was almost an hour. No, the show was 90 minutes to 2 hours.
Girl, she saw a 6'6" nigga, dark skin with hair and was like, oof.
Have you ever, in your life, not at a show,
in my life,
in your life, have you ever been in a place, a venue, a club, and thought, I need to do it right now? The bathroom don't count.
Oh, the bathroom don't count? Because, bitch, I definitely...
The bathroom don't count.
Bitch, I definitely ate some pussy at Jerry's
I remember you talked about that story.
Girl, I talked about eating pussy at Jerry's. Bitch, South Beach...
I don't know if...
South Beach after
you
the
talked
club.
about the bathroom, yeah.
Yeah, we went into the bathroom. I ate that coochie.
Yeah, have you
right down on the
ever...
floor. I mean, technically, I was getting breakfast at 5 a.m. in Miami. And just, for whatever reason, wanted to eat cooch. But at an event...
Ridiculous.
No. The only other place I ate coochie was the strip club, and I could have waited till we got to the house. So technically, there have been a restaurant bathroom and a strip club.
You said that the strip club was upstairs in a room.
It was, but it was still at the strip club.
I actually don't think that counts.
How that don't count? Okay, wait, yeah. We weren't in an open, it wasn't an open
floor
room.
plan.
It wasn't an open floor plan. Bitch, it was just the private room up in Tootsie's, okay? And technically, it wasn't the stripper's pussy I ate. It was my homegirl.
Did I ever talk about that time that
First off, look at us about to say how we out here sucking dick in public.
No, I never. I was going to say it wasn't in public, but it made me think. Did I ever talk about the time? No, that I had an appointment with a client when I worked selling Ethernet, and I did it in one of the hotel suites. Did I talk about that?
I don't think you did.
Maybe I didn't because I was still employed, but I'll tell y'all now. So when I worked for said company, basically I would sell disaster recovery software, Ethernet, GPS units, just anything to companies between Manhattan and Bronx. The companies had to have like more than 250 employees. Like there's a few rules because it was enterprise level. One of the hotels, which is one of the most expensive hotels in New York, they be clocking Barack Obama coming out, Kim Kardashian, like it's very expensive. And it's a boutique brand. I was needing to service the hotel because they were having an issue with some kind of mobility around one of their suites because the suite was so big. And I think I told Vinny this the day it happened because I couldn't believe it. But
You couldn't believe you were a whore?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So went through the hotel, going by, whatever. And I'm like, and I'd seen this guy maybe 3 times before. We've always been on the phone. He's been my client for a year, but in person, not all the time because I'd always brought my boss because it was such a big client. So I was like, hey, well, I need to like visually see this so we see how they can like engineer it basically. So I get in the suite with him and I'm like, oh my God, this is huge. She's like, oh my God, yeah, there's so many YouTube.
His dick was huge?
No.
Oh, okay. You just said it was huge. So I'm like,
maybe that was some of the ugly sex I've had. So he takes me around and he was like, oh my God, there's so many YouTubes about this suite. It's like super popular and famous and like blah, blah, blah. So he's showing me one level, this, that. And then finally, one of the rooms got darker and it was like red. I don't remember what it was, but I was like, oh my God, what is this? The like BDSM room? And he was like, no, but I'm sure people fuck all over this room and do crazy things. Maybe this could be like the sex room. And the upstairs is like where you have breakfast and where the maid comes and where your butler comes and da-da-da. And I was like, yeah, I could see that. And he's like, me too. And then all I know is we didn't have sex because we didn't have condoms, but we went down on each other crazy. And I remember like fully, I was stripped down, but he didn't. He only unzipped his pants. He was wearing a suit the whole time. Bitch, it was wild. It was so good. And literally, when I left, I remember because, you know, I've talked about on this show where I don't like when people make me feel like, oh, they're just done with me.
Right.
Girl, we got downstairs. I don't know if it made me feel hot or what, but I had to put my little suit back on. And he was like, I almost did his accent, but then it'll give it away. He was like, yeah, right away. And so like, that was great. We'll connect with you. I'll have my assistant. Actually, let me see if she's here. Pulls the assistant over. He's like, did you get notes? Looked at me with nothing, like not even a sexy look, like, ooh, look at what we just did. Just like blank. And then I got in the car and I was like, that was so fucking hot. And I could smell the dick on my face.
So while we just shared our public sexapades,
that doesn't count.
Well, we don't want y'all to have sexapades at our live show, if that's okay with you guys.
It's just not a good thing.
Do it in other public places, but not at the Climax tour, which, by the way, you can get tickets now.
I was a hoe.
Bro, such a whore. You can now get tickets for that at whorehive.com. Jesus, how do we go from telling them not to have fucking sexual escapades at our goddamn live show to being, but we've had sex in public, y'all.
I honestly, I'd never been with someone of that ethnicity before. And I wonder if that counts now, because I've said a few times.
Oh, I ain't gonna hold you, bitch. Y'all might be in for a rude awakening, y'all. I went out last night, met this little Jerry Seinfeld ass nigga, but he guapped up white.
What is a Jerry Seinfeld?
Bitch, he looked like Jerry Seinfeld.
Let me see.
Oh, I ain't get no picture of him.
Oh, I didn't know if you had his Instagram.
No, girl.
Is he old?
Boss, got the number, bitch.
Where did you go?
I met him at a hookah bar in the city.
He went to a hookah bar?
He was with, I ain't gonna say what he does, but it's finance. And bitch, they rich bitch.
Oh, he was one of them.
Oh, bitch, super one of them. So what's crazy is we even started because he asked a question about employees. Like, would you rather have like an A1 employee who's great at their job, but not great to work with? Or would you rather have a B employee, but someone who's really loyal?
B.
And I said B. Half of the table said B, half the table said the first one. And I was like, to me, I would want someone they could be good at their job, but I would want someone that I know is as invested, someone who's open to learning more. If you come in thinking you just know everything, you're not even going to really give me any room to teach you how I like to do things. But also, I don't want a cancer in my team. I've literally had cancers on my team. Bitch, as soon as I saw they will infiltrate in my motherfucking system, fired.
My best employee today was my B.
Oh, for sure.
And I remember like a day they lost audio at my studio shit. And I was like, and I look back on it. Matter of fact, I remember Kenya got real mad at me once, and it's something I say all the time. I did something wrong in the beginning working for me. He was like, I am not the B team. This isn't the B team, Weezy. And I was like, oh, that's real as fuck. I don't want the B team. Like, this is the level you need to be thinking at. And I was like, wow, like it really changed my way of thinking. Is like, and I say it all the time. I'm like, we're the A team. I push that because I want people to understand that we should all be feeling like, and this is for anybody that works anywhere. Fuck the entrepreneur bullshit. Anybody that works anywhere, you have to feel like you're the fucking A team, even if that's you on your own. Like, I really believe that that's what makes you shine in corporate levels too. If you just even started a business, if you're selling fucking necklaces, nigga, if you don't act like your shit is, you're the A team, that your customer service, even if it's just you, then it reflects. You can't be saying shit like, oh, we're new or we're just getting started or da-da-da. No, like start feeling like you're the shit. And that's why I always let y'all know my dick sucking is the A team.
I can't stand you. I cannot. Well, we gonna get into our vanilla shit now, y'all. And for our vanilla shit, this week, which by y'all, as y'all know, is our Sex in the News, health professionals are now being told to call vaginas bonus holes to avoid offending trans patients. I want to get a little bit into this just so that we can be very clear on what it means.
Mm-hmm.
Health professionals are being urged to use the term bonus holes when referring to vaginas in order to avoid offending transgender or non-binary patients. The suggestion was made by a charity called Joe's Cervical Cancer Trust, which aims to provide information and support for health professionals treating patients with cervical cancer. The charity clarified that they were not suggesting that all women use this term, but rather it was important to use inclusive language that would reach out to transgender and non-binary individuals. However, this idea has been met with criticism, from myself as well, from women's rights campaigners online who argue that the language is misogynistic and dehumanizing. The use of the term bonus holes instead of vagina is seen as an attempt to be more inclusive and respectful towards transgender and non-binary individuals. But by using this terminology, health professionals are acknowledging that not everyone with a vagina identifies as a woman. The charity believes it's important to recognize and validate the identities of all patients, regardless of gender identity. However, social media critics say that replacing the term vagina with bonus hole is actually problematic as it diminishes the significance and complexity of female anatomy.
That shit is so annoying.
I'm not gonna hold you.
I'm gonna be real with you.
Girl, I'm gonna disagree on this one. I'm just gonna come in like an advocate, bitch. I was like,
because the thing is, like, of course I'm an advocate. And also,
oh well, yeah. We're advocates.
I'm gonna say this. Like, to me, people getting annoyed by pronouns is actually something that's rude because as a person that has like a close trans homegirl that I be going out with and shit, like, I can't imagine how she feels when someone, misuses a pronoun, like, especially in a public setting. Then she's sitting there like, oh, like, or even if they bring up, like, sometimes someone will be like, oh, when you used to be a nigga. And like, I can't imagine how that makes her feel because.
Now that second part, yes. I am still very much having a very difficult time with pronouns with people.
You're having a difficult time with they, them, not with.
Yeah, which to me is the thing that was added. I know he and she, they and them is what's frustrating for me a little bit. And it's frustrating because 3 years ago, it didn't exist as how I was addressing people. So I can understand their frustration with it, but it's just as frustrating for me as someone who doesn't identify as non-binary or they and them to switch up how I speak.
But see, that's insensitive. That's a really, really super not. I mean, you can't shrug your shoulders like that and say you're an advocate.
No.
So you have to think for a moment.
Fine, but I'm saying
by saying you're frustrated, you got to use a different word because, like, when someone wants to change or is telling you how to address them, and you're frustrated by something that they're like, that's fucked up to say. Now, you could probably say it's difficult.
Well, they can't be. To me, it's difficult for both ends. So to me, I think it's unfair that they're allowed to be frustrated at my new learning curve, yet I can't be frustrated at this same learning curve. I think frustrated is the word I want to use for it, because I'm not trying to be offensive, but it's a little frustrating to have to navigate that, and I don't want to offend them.
But see,
so it's frustrating.
Saying it's frustrating for you is this very like, I'm saying it's the wrong word, because to me it comes off as very like, this is the Republican argument. You know what? I only know she and him. You need to pick one.
But I'm not saying that.
But that's what frustrating is.
No, I'm frustrated that I'm really trying to
so
not
what are you
offend
frustrated
somebody.
At?
I'm frustrated that, like,
them.
By the way, like, shout out to Vinny, our tour manager. Out of the Kinksters that I just shouted out, who have been a part of the first 5 cities, about half of them had their pronouns that we had to go through in not only interviewing them, but once they arrived. And he actually, I also just appreciated it. He was like, Mandii, I see you trying so hard and you were doing so good.
I know, he was telling me.
And I appreciated that he literally saw I was making a conscious effort. But yes, I was frustrated because where we have a certain time for sound check, I'm really trying not to offend them. And so to me, it's more work than normally. Yes, I want to give out to maybe someone I just met, to be fair. Now, to you, you said you have a homegirl. I get your care for that homegirl. But for me, someone that I just met 10 minutes ago, and for me to be as conscious to how I make them feel, it's a bit exhausting for me. Exhausting, frustrated, those are words that I've genuinely felt over the last few years, really trying to work through.
I just don't think
pronouns.
We can be advocates at the same time with saying someone's shit is like,
I'm an advocate, but I'm real. Like, this is how I feel about being an
what
advocate.
I'm saying is like, no, we can't be advocates and stand in something and then be like, this shit is taking time out of my day. Your choices, your sexuality that I'm a fight for and want you to have freedom for are like annoying me right now because I have to think too hard.
So I think that that's the thing too. As an advocate of LGBTQIA and sexuality, gender identity is something new to me. How you want to be identified is not me saying that I advocate for you to sleep with whoever you want to. The gender identity part is new to me as us being on this podcast. It's something, even though we've been here almost 7 years, the gender identity part and what is offensive in how you address someone is new. And so as an advocate, I'm here for you to sleep with whoever the hell you want to. But the they and them, the pronoun usage has been new for me. And that's fine. You know I love, and I get what you're saying.
I just feel like there's a white person being like, I just found out we couldn't say nigga anymore because of Twitter. I've been saying nigga all the time. This is new for me. That's the same.
Pronouns is new for all of us.
But what I'm saying is like,
when we started this podcast, we wasn't saying them in that.
Someone being offended, right? But I'm saying like them feeling offended, like you're saying that's new for you. Like, I think it's like, here's the part that can be frustrating, is knowing that your intent isn't how they may feel. That can be frustrating, but like, to be frustrated with someone's choices for who they are.
But I'm not. I'm frustrated
in
getting it right. You're conflating I'm frustrated at. I'm frustrated at.
No, you said within 10 minutes.
Yeah, I just met this person. So I'm frustrated that now how I communicate off the whim, it's frustrating because I don't want to offend you. I don't care that you want to be called them and they, but in order to not offend you, I can't get it wrong.
I ain't gonna hold you. I've been getting around that shit by the name.
I don't know your name. I just met you 10 minutes ago. And you know I'm bad with names. I meet people all the time. Nice to meet you.
It's easier to remember their name than remember to say they, them. And we hire these people.
We hire them, but also we're given told 2 or 3 names by them. Literally, Vinny has had the same thing. What are we calling them? How are we introducing you? We're getting stage names. We're getting government names. We're getting multiple names as well when we meet these people.
I've actually been kind of saying there for everybody. I even said it for 4. I don't fucking know. I'll be like, they're going to be coming out with a Don. Like, I don't fucking know. So like, because it got weird, I just like, that actually made it easier. But okay. What was I thinking about when we were talking about that? They, them, there was a conversation that was, my homegirl that is trans, bonus holes. That's where we're at. So I always feel like I'm right between my most exemplary trans woman friend is Hope Giselle. And I think most problematic is Frelane Monroe. But also not problematic to where I believe they're disrespecting their community or themselves. Just problematic as in some of the things people may not want to hear. I feel like there's moments where I'm right down the middle. And I say that because when I was reading that bonus hole article, I saw that yesterday. I was like, The trans women I know have the wherewithal to discuss their genitals
Right.
in a health situation without being upset. As health professionals saying bonus holes, that to me is so ridiculous.
Okay. It's the health professionals. Because now I go in, and because you don't know what's there, it's automatically a bonus hole and not a vagina because you don't want to offend them. But yet, my vagina is now not a vagina, it's a bonus hole. This shit ain't bonus. Bitch, is there. And it's tight. And it's deep.
Actually,
and it
I
gets
only
wide,
have one trans male friend that I could speak to this experience with, but like, they're able to talk about it in very like, you know, because they told me like, we didn't talk about their genitalia for a while. And I remember they were like, you know, unless I'm on the phone with my therapist or I'm at the doctor's office, like, I'm not trying to be like telling people if I have a pussy or a dick. And I was like, I feel that. And I thought about that conversation when hearing this because I'm like, okay.
And we talked about this on Patreon, where the trans woman came out and trans woman was mad that a gynecologist wouldn't take them. But they have a penis. So a gynecologist probably wouldn't be the best doctor for you to go to. But also, like, I don't know. Y'all join us on Patreon.
I mean, saying no to them at the door, like, was wild to me. Like, some of the things I read, but like, there's two parts to that, right? Like, going into the office, like, I do feel like I would want someone that understands fully what I have going on.
I agree.
Now, I would want them to call me into the room and be like, hey, like, let's have a conversation.
Yep.
Here are your options. Here are some people I know. Like, gynecologists at this point should be within their realm recommending who they can, send you to. But the bonus hole shit, bro, I'm conscious of people's emotions to the point where I believe you get a little delulu.
Not delulu.
You can't.
What kind of word is the delulu, bitch? She said you a little delulu.
I got that shit from Brianda.
Not
she said that shit the other day. Who, by the way, is fine. We had a lot of people ask me about Brianda sometimes or anywhere. So Brianda's cool. She's chilling. She's taking an internet detox. But she says somebody was delulu that I knew and we were laughing about it. But I say that to say, I do think that when transitioning your body, we can't have these conversations where we're so emotional that we're even forgetting the health shit.
Yeah.
Like the whole born gender X thing and all that stuff. Like, I want to know, like, my kid is going to see the right person. Like, that's the Lulu to me. So that's why I said maybe I'm right between flame and hope.
Okay. So you kind of toxic, but not.
I don't think I'm toxic.
No. I say
you might be more.
Two, I might be more toxic, bitch.
I am frustrated.
And is, bitch. All right. Well, we're going to get into hope facts this week. Not a hors d'oeuvre, but we're going to do hope facts. And I have 2 facts and a myth. Okay. So 2 facts and a myth. The first one I found wild. And I know we did a whole episode on sex laws. So this is a really funny one. Shout out to everybody in Alabama. And no, we're not talking about Alabama Hot Pockets, okay?
Who we met the person in Houston.
Who sent in the Alabama Hot Pockets.
Yuck. He was a black person.
Who even knew about this? So, are you thinking of visiting the Heart of Dixie? Just make sure you pack plenty of sex toys because you can't buy them in Alabama. While it's hard to believe, Alabama still has a law on the books that bans the sale or purchase of any device designed or marketed as useful primarily for the stimulation of human genital organs.
I know sharper image selling out, bitch.
Y'all ready for what you could face if caught in the act of pleasing yourself with a sex toy?
Please, someone's fucking
Violators face a maximum fine of $20,000 and the possibility of up to 1 year in jail or even 12 months of hard labor. In short, you could buy bullets, but you can't buy the bullet, bitch. This is actually a part of the state's Anti-Obscenity Enforcement Act, which has been challenged multiple times. So y'all know, listen, we not a political podcast or nothing like that, but make sure you go out and vote. Because if y'all want dildos, y'all might need to go ahead and get some blues up in that.
They got to vote for dildos, bitch.
No, it's crazy. They got to vote for dildos. So the second one, now we're taking it up to the 6, hun. Well, not really the 6, because that's just Toronto. But this is for all of Canada. And this was crazy. Oral sex was actually illegal in Canada up until 1969. So you got to hand it to the Canucks. They have a good sense of humor. As Sarah Aspler at BuzzFeed reports, Canadian law prohibited homosexual acts and sodomy. which actually included oral sex and anal sex under the statute until 1969.
A lot of like Georgia has shit like that too, though.
Which
The sex toy thing is wild.
No, that's crazy. By contrast, the U.S. didn't toss out its oral sex laws until
Hold on. So are there just no sex shops? I don't get it.
The Supreme Court struck down anti-sodomy laws in 14 states. In the Lawrence versus Texas, what's that called when it's the versus case? Right? Case?
Yeah.
Lawrence versus Texas case, bitch.
I was like,
what the fuck?
The versus, bitch. Diddy, Ciroc? What the fuck are you talking?
Don't do this. Like when
I want to see
like
sex
the
toys,
person versus someone else, or the person versus the state, that's a case.
This is what I really want because I'm confused.
Like, it's a case.
So you just don't, case. But they do have sex shops.
Maybe it's the dildo, bitch. And there's an obscenity thing.
So it's still illegal. However, they have sex toy shops.
I don't know. Listen, this comes from a source, Astroglide, but everything is hyperlinked. So hold on. Let me get the tea.
So what is it? It's in Huntsville. They have one in Birmingham. So what is it? Is it just elite? Like, how do these niggas?
I don't know. You can't really get caught. By the way, you can search this, themarshallproject.org, which gives out, I guess, all these kind of these little type of weird shits that's going on.
Maybe they don't have like things for genitalia then, or maybe
that might be what it is.
Maybe they have like a rule,
or maybe there's no dildos. Maybe there's other things, but not dildos. It specifically says dildos in Alabama.
Hold on. Sex shops were illegal in New York for a while too?
Ain't no way, bitch. Not all these hoes here.
A panel of state appeals court judges have followed. Okay.
See? Shit crazy.
Nigga, are we okay?
No. How do they want us
hold
to
on.
reproduce?
This is an article from 8 years ago, though, for New York. But it's a credible source. It's a New York news outlet.
Okay.
Pix. It's a channel too. Pix 11. It's official. Sex shops are legal in New York for now. That's what a panel of state appeal court judges have ruled following a legal issue that's been carried out for 14 years, where they have been begging to ban the city from being the X-rated capital of America. That's what they believed it had been because of Times Square.
Because the sex clubs here is lit.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah.
Wow. So apparently we have 60 to 40 sex shops in an area that they were trying to wipe out. It said, let me see.
Shit crazy around here.
Yeah, I guess sex businesses are, wow.
Yeah.
This is from 42nd to 44th.
Yeah.
Street.
So before Disney came and was a part of Times Square, like where they brought the Lion King and all those things, Times Square was the sex district. And then we also know that Meatpacking District, where all the clubs and nice restaurants are now, used to be prostitutes specifically for the gays and trans sex workers.
Speaking of which,
in Meatpacking,
I want you guys, Mandii, and I've been trying to tell her, you'll really enjoy it. We're gonna try to do a cinema soon of The Stroll on HBO. I want y'all to check it out before we do the cinema.
Yeah,
it's about the trans prostitutes in New York in the Meatpacking District that existed. It was only like
not that long ago. Yeah, maybe in like the 50s
it's
60s.
TV.
Yeah, no, it's
really good. Now, I do want to say, since I've been looking up what Mandii was talking about, I found something that tells you where sex toys are illegal while traveling.
Oh, bitch, Singapore. Bitch, when I lived
Thailand too.
Oh, you could not bring a sex toy into Singapore, and to get around watching porn, just get a VPN. But nothing sex was allowed in Singapore when I was over there.
This is so sick.
Bitch,
you know why I have a VPN?
I was tired, bitch.
I have a VPN when I travel because I need to watch 90 Day Fiancé.
I'm weak.
Saudi Arabia, it's considered pornographic material, and it's Islamic law. It's same with the UAE. Thailand, although a thriving sex tourism industry, they believe that obscene objects are sex toys. Vietnam, it'll be taken by customs, and you can get them back when you go. Malaysia.
I ain't gonna hold you. I need to know how many sex toys are being held up in TSA in the goddamn lost and found area until I leave.
You know, I did a For Fact's Sake episode with Eddie about a lost and found.
That's crazy.
One of the craziest lost and founds you can find are at casinos.
Oh, I believe it.
What kind of things do you find? Because when I tell you, you're going to be like, what?
Probably butt plugs. I would assume the bitches is walking around with butt plugs. And when they sit down while they rich niggas is gambling,
okay.
comes
Stop
out.
thinking in that world and start thinking of walking into a casino in the daytime. What are the type of people you see?
White people that smoke cigarettes.
They find a lot of dentures.
Oh. Girl, that's in Vegas?
Oxygen tanks.
No,
canes.
Oh, wow. Old people. Okay.
Cell phones.
Cell phones is just everywhere.
But when I saw dentures, they have so many dentures.
How do you lose your teeth, bro?
You put them down in a cup.
That's so nasty.
Girl.
Well, I wanted to get to the myth real quick before we get into our horrible decision. So the myth that we would like to bust here for y'all is pineapples won't actually make your semen taste better. Sure, asparagus really can make your pee smell, but loading up on pineapple isn't going to make your semen taste like a delicious fruit salad. Casey Gurin spoke with OBGYN Dr. Jennifer Gunter, who stated that eating pineapple won't really affect the taste of semen one way or another. The best way to actually improve your taste is by eating a balanced diet, drinking plenty of water, and practicing good hygiene. So fellas, if you think drinking all that goddamn fruit cocktail before we go down and suck that dick, just know it doesn't really help.
I don't believe that.
I mean, it's a myth buster. The doctor said it don't.
I mean, I've seen a trend though in like, okay, so dating a vegan nigga.
But that's a balanced diet. It's overall what they're eating. So like, you just downing some pineapple juice before you have sex is not going to make your semen taste better if you don't have a balanced diet.
I'm going to tell y'all though what the best tasting semen.
You going to tell us the best tasting semen?
My first boyfriend I've ever had was the worst.
Ooh.
I was with him for a few years and we lived together. He was on a lot of like, I remember specifically creatine. It was like, bleh. It was like this metal.
Oh, the protein, like protein powder?
Not
what's
creatine? Protein powder. It's something else. I think it's to like strengthen muscles, but he would just take a lot of supplements. Worst.
Which normally helps because it's vitamins.
Mm-hmm.
But okay.
A girl that only ate fish and no, not fish. She ate. She was on keto when I was fucking with her. Hated her smell. Oof.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. You're eating a lot of fats.
Yeah.
Healthy fats.
Really bad. Best
dairy.
Best was vegan. Dairy, I don't know if I can recall.
Well, no, keto is a lot of dairy. It's a lot of dairy. It's a lot of healthy fats. And then lean meats.
Hold on, wait. I'm trying to think. There was another one that was really bad. Oh, he was a wine drinker only. And he would have glasses and glasses of wine all the time.
Oh.
And that shit tasted acidic.
It was pungent.
Terrible.
Ooh. Sour.
The best have been vegans, that's the truth. Now, I'm not willing to give that up because my pussy clean, but whatever.
I mean, I just think I'm God's chosen one. I have really good, like, nut tasting niggas. It'd be good. What? Y'all know I get the big dicks that last long, go long. They ain't shit. But I'm God's chosen with my period and with my big dick radar. Like,
speaking
it's really
of clean pussy, I had some head a few days ago. Whoa.
Same.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, it was right after you said it.
Yeah, literally. I texted him the next day and said, you suck some good pussies.
I thought I was
sir.
gonna.
I said, sir.
I thought I was gonna pass out. And I remember, like, specifically at one point, it was so good that I was like, I had to look at this nigga. But I was on the couch. He was like kneeled down on the couch, under the couch. Like, I don't know if that nigga was eye level with my pussy or what, bitch. That shit was good. And I think his tongue was going really fast, which I didn't think I'd be into, but like, oh my God. And when they moan into your pussy, ooh, that's the hors d'oeuvre.
There you go.
Because we talk about men moaning a lot, but like moaning into my
while
shit.
You eating a puss?
Ooh, I know it's good.
And y'all know I don't even care for head. I had to go on stage and talk about how good that motherfucking head was.
Oh, they be...
I know, I see it. I saw that was right. Y'all, it is summer in New York, and I think apparently from these the Canada fires, like they're all down. It's in my house too. And I'm like, bitch, I'm on the 16th floor.
Are you serious?
Swear to God. Like, I can't leave my windows open. They're everywhere.
Bitch, I feel like I got a net in my eye.
Bitch, they're fucking everywhere. Well, y'all, we are going to get into our horrible decision. And the horrible decision is being back in these streets. And I kind of just wanted an update because this is the first time in a long time that Weezy and I are both single, but it's 2023. We are post-pandemic. We are in our 30s. And so it's kind of a new lane of dating. And I actually ran into this article from glam.com that said that singles are shifting the dating world in 2023 by avoiding one specific type of relationship. So the relationship that people are avoiding are situationships. A situationship is a largely circumstantial relationship that is typically based primarily upon sex and convenience. In 2023, people are now looking to date with more intention. Intentional dating entails replacing falling into situationships with anyone who shows interest in holding out for someone whose long-term relationship goals match yours. No more settling for surface level matches who don't want a commitment and hoping that they'll change their minds. You're worth more than that and you know it. So setting your intentions for your romantic future and not budging. I did want to ask you, since we are dating, if you are dating with intention, I know you want to be a mom, but how dating has changed for you from now to back when you were single 3-4 years ago?
I feel like 3-4 years ago, I mean, I was with Old Bay, so it's like kind of
No, before him. Sorry, I didn't know the exact timeline, but before him, when you were dating, what's the difference between before you met him and now?
I don't really know because I've always like been relationship girl, but I think this time it's difficult because it's not that I'm trying. I'm trying to find the right words because it's two things. Like I literally said to Vinny when we were driving back, we went to some fucking warehouse rave in LA and we had a really good time. And I was in the car with him and my flea market babe told us about the warehouse rave, right? And he was like, oh my, we ran into him. And he was like, oh my God, I love him. He's so great, blah, blah. And when we're driving, I was like, I know I'm not supposed to say it out loud, but like, I am bored with being single. I'm really tired of it and I want to date. Like, I know I'm not supposed to say it because it'll just land in my lap, but like, it's just the truth. Dating is very difficult.
It is.
And I'm not trying to be pessimistic here, but it's like, it's not looks, right? Like, it's a lot of ugly niggas happy. It's not anything to do with like one type of person having more than the other. Like, I really believe dating in my circumstance with how much travel I have going on and stuff like that is like not easy. So, and it's weird because it's like, it feels like glam life. Like, yo, I'm not going to hold you. Living in 2 cities is fucking amazing. I'm in Europe every 60 days. Like, shit is lit. But at the same time, it's not lit enough because I don't have time to build relationships. I was even telling Liz Goldwyn I'm supposed to be going to her place in London and I had something with work come up and I was like, this part of me was almost happy I can't go. And I've been wanting to see her for months and hang with her. And we have these things we're going to do and it's all planned. And I'm like, I don't even want to go. Like, I just want to be in one place. I think that what I'm looking for is someone that like truly fits my lifestyle. At the end of the day, I need to make a certain amount of money. It's requiring me to live in 2 places. It's requiring me to be this busy. This is not vanity. I take care of my parents. Like, moving them to LA just now, I already see the money going up. What does my mom like and want to do? Like, she's not shopping at Winn-Dixie no more. She's at Whole Foods, Sprouts, Trader Joe's in LA. Like, shit's going up. And it's not that it's stressing me out because I can afford it, but I can only afford this because I live this lifestyle. So it's kind of feeling like I can't keep thinking that I'll just meet this guy walking down the street. I really have to meet someone that's kind of living the life almost like I do, like that gets it, because it's not easy.
Yeah.
Like meeting someone that lives in one place that gets to lose their girlfriend for 10 days.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's tough for me as a business partner, to you, to Alex, to employees. Like, it's really rough. So I think now something that I'm looking for is not even dating with intent, more than I'm looking to meet someone like-minded.
Okay.
Because the intention I've always put behind going on dates. And at the end of the day, Old Bay didn't want a girlfriend. He'd been single for 8 years and ended up with me. Like, I don't really know if on the first date you go out there and you're like, I'm looking for boom, 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 boom. If you gonna get it out that nigga.
So I guess my approach right now is I'm still fucking heartbroken and working through and healing after a relationship, but I realize that I have a bit of anxiety in knowing that right now I'm not ready for a relationship, but I definitely want to be back in one. So I'm having anxiety around going on a date or just entertaining someone, not having much expectations out of them because I don't want anything right now, and falling into where I am showing up for this person, we're traveling, we're hanging out, we're fucking, and down the line when I'm ready for a relationship again, they're like, well, bitch, we've been chilling. Now you want to make it more, like with the title. I know that I fell into that in my past where things were situationships, things were casual, and then feelings started being involved and niggas pumped the brakes. Like, well, bitch, we was cool doing what we was doing. Now you want more?
Can I be real? This is not to make anyone feel like shit. But you've had that scenario. I have had that scenario where they're like, what? When you're like dating someone that's meant to be like it just kind of happens. Why the fuck are we begging these niggas?
Well, it's not that I'm begging.
No, I'm saying not you.
No. I'm saying, I mean, for anyone who's been in that type of situation, I don't think we're begging to be with them. But to me, I want to be intentional on leaving it open and letting it be known up front. I would like more. I really enjoyed having just one person. I enjoyed making plans with one person. Like me right now, juggling 4 different niggas, 3 that ain't even here, and still trying to meet new ones because, of course, my ass loves to recycle. So they're all from my past. And I know it's not going to be anything. To me, moving forward, I want to let it be known. If I'm talking to you and if I'm investing time
I think it's good to say like what your dating aspirations are.
I would like to be with you. I will say also, being in my 30s now, out the gate, letting it also be known, I'm not really looking for marriage. I don't want children. That's been an interesting conversation because I've been on some really, really, really amazing dates. And literally, they're letting me know on the first date that the reason maybe they're single right now is because no one's come along that they want to build a family with. But they're looking to find someone that could be that person. And immediately I'm just like, well, good luck. Because it won't be me. And so like being in my 30s, dating men around my age, because I ain't going fucking older again, it's being a little difficult hearing everyone kind of want kids right now. And I'm like, well, damn, I'm dating with intent, but am I really a long-term option for you if I'm telling you I don't want children? And a lot of these men don't have children yet.
I'm gonna be real with you. I forget about.
Yeah.
But like, I would dub a nigga if they didn't want kids.
And see, that's where I'm just like, damn, immediately after an amazing date, I'm like, okay.
And then there's a you don't want to change up your...
I don't want a kid. And there's a ceiling to this relationship now. I did want to ask you because I
am curious because, it's always like, fuck them kids from your mouth with this like podcast vibe, right? Like we're joking about shit a lot, but like, where's a moment in your life that you may have had where you really sat and thought,
this is my real life?
No, like, I mean, where you've thought like, not saying that you would want them, but like you've maybe sat with yourself and said like, ooh, if I meet someone that has children, like, what is this going to look like for me?
I don't mind being a bonus mom. It ain't nothing to me. Like they gonna probably live with their mom or maybe I'll date a single dad. I've never said I don't mind being a bonus mom. I actually, at this point, would love for a man to have kids and don't want any more. That's actually where I'm at. Outside of maybe getting a vasectomy or a nigga whose swimmers don't swim, I would love someone who has a child or 2 or even 3, and they're like, I don't want children anymore. And now we can exist. I don't mind being a bonus mom. But I'm very adamant there's been no part in my life
when you think about
where I've said I
being a
wanted to be a mom
or whatever, like what responsibilities would you be okay with or how close? Like, what do you think you could handle?
I don't know. I haven't been that person. I mean, I could cook. You want me to cook for your goddamn kids? Okay. Like, are we going out to eat together? I don't know how to be a mom. I would probably be very uncomfortable and not conventional in the way that I speak to them because that's me with my friends' kids. Like, I'm very much like, I'm talking to them like how their friends talk to
them. So how old are your friends' kids?
High schoolers. Like, I have friends.
That doesn't count, bitch.
I have friends with
Think of like,
13-year-olds.
I'm saying like, think of like a
7-year-olds.
5-year-old, a 6-year-old. You're talking to a 7-year-old, like what?
I'm not talking to 7-year-olds.
Oh, you said I have a friend with a 7-year-old.
Well, I have a friend with, but it's a 7-year-old boy. I don't know how to. What are we gonna talk about? Stars and moons, bitch. I don't know.
You don't know how to talk to a kid?
Hey, little one. What else are we gonna talk about? I don't know. So, I mean, to be fair, that would be a learning curve for me. But hey, little one. Ooh,
Bro.
let's watch cartoons. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, and bitch, then I'm gonna turn on Big Mouth. There's a cartoon I like. I don't know. Like, I'll be honest, that would be a learning curve for me. That for the right man, I will let them know I will be willing to try. But
that's tough because, you know, like I
don't
remember watching 90 Day Fiance recently, and I know this sounds silly for me to bring up, but this just made me think about what you said. It had to have been 2 days ago I saw it. It was the reunion to one of the franchises. And the guy said, I started to realize she didn't have motherly qualities. And I wondered if like this was going to fit because she didn't have motherly qualities.
So what's crazy is my ex and my friends actually think I have very mothering qualities. So I feed, I'm nurturing, I'm thoughtful. I love, like, I pay attention to detail. To me,
I pay attention to detail.
I pay attention to detail. It's a mothering thing, goddammit. So to me, I'm very thoughtful and caring for the people around me. And I love my cat. So he's seen me with my cat. I tell him, bitch, go away, but come here, come lay with me. I feed him on time. I'm very responsible. Is that not mother qualities? What's mothering qualities?
I think, well, I mean, definitely like the thing you're talking about, someone described me once as a mother hen because they were like, oh, you always want to get the group together and make sure you're taking care of the, like, I think that's probably what you're talking about.
Itineraries. Mm-hmm.
But like the softness and being able to like.
So I will say from my last relationship, I am thankful because to me, from my cooking to the thoughtfulness, I genuinely believe I was able to see how great of a partner I could be for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I think that when we first started this podcast, y'all know I wasn't giving a nigga chicken wings. Nigga, if you want this pussy, you better bring food over, your own Gatorade, your own water. I wasn't giving you girlfriend quality or any of that. And to me now, I know how great I could be as a partner. And I was that for him. I was thoughtful in everything. I was able to not put myself first, which to me, I've been a very selfish person. I was able to see how much I can put someone before myself, which to me, I literally brought up in therapy. I said, I realize now what my value is and what I'm worthy of because I now have become the best version of myself, especially in that relationship. So to me now, I'm just trying not to resent showing up in that way and getting the butt end of the stick and feeling like I was shitted on and all of these things because I know how good I showed up for him. I would just like to know that I could show up for someone who fucking deserves.
I wonder if you broke up with him and stayed broken up.
Which time? The 7, 8.
Well,
9,
this is something that's like interesting, right? Because it could sound shady, but there's a point to it. You said this nigga wasn't shit maybe after a third breakup, right? I don't know. I'm just saying a number. And you took him back. Would you have even gotten here if you didn't take him back? You know what I mean?
I'll be honest.
Because it's like, if you've learned these things about yourself, it may have come with all the time taking him back.
Which I was like almost in tears. And you know, because of what happened when we were in Texas.
I thought we were going to talk about it on our next episode.
No, we are. But, which we are. But to me, I realized there was a part of myself that was lying to myself that also believed in what he told me, what he manipulated me to believe he was the best I could get.
Right.
And so based on my interactions with men in my 20s, him making me feel so good and literally while accepting the bare minimum, really, he made me believe this was the best I could get. And so no other man was going to do what he was doing for me. I literally found the person who was going to make me happy. And if I went out and was single again, which is what my fear was of dating every time. If I went out again and started dating, I would never find him. So I just kept being drawn to going back to what he made me believe was the best I could get. And I think in hindsight, I started lying to myself. I started realizing, oh, I'm not questioning him. I'm not really holding him accountable for anything in fear that he's going to leave me, because now that I feel so great about myself, I finally have also gotten the partner that is the best that I'm able to get because of my past, because of this podcast, because of who I was. He literally put those thoughts into my head that no one else would want me.
That nigga was Jonah Hill.
Probably, but I wish.
Can I be real though?
Like,
I do think that when people do that, it reflects a lot in themselves. Like, and this is why we can't put men on a pedestal.
Bitch, do we?
You did.
Oh, no. The pedestal, no. I think I brought myself down for my own self-value. So it wasn't him being put on this pedestal. It was me really sitting in what he made me believe that I could not get any better. So to me, I was shrinking myself.
No, I mean, when you talk about him, like, he's this, he's that, like, besides cute and tall, like, the things that we're all uncovering now about your relationship as we listen and as we hear these shitty things, it's like,
I'll be honest with you. He, again, with the bare minimum, made me feel good. And so I think because of how I felt with him during our highs, I ignored how low I felt and how much my tears hurt and how bad I felt during the lows.
right.
That to me, I just kept chasing those highs. And let's be clear. On the podcast, I talked about a lot the lack of intimacy that I received in my situationships. I barely kissed the niggas I fucked. I didn't get the cuddle time or the sessions. I didn't get the affection that I realized really made me feel so good. And so it was literally affection that had me on this high. And I'm just like, to me,
I told you once, love is a drug.
I hate it, bitch.
And when you can't stop chasing that high.
It was a high that I was chasing. It literally was.
I know the feeling.
It was a high.
Like, it's crazy because the love that I felt in my lifetime, I think about it with hospital dick a lot, mainly because I'm like, oh my God, like, I let that go because of XYZ, because I let my brain get into play. Well, I need to have this. I need to do this. I need to be this. And it makes me wonder, like, do you get that again? Do you just keep chasing it forever? Am I projecting that onto other people? Or like, I don't know. But it's tough because there really isn't anything that can duplicate it. Like, love to me sounds like this thing I heard a crackhead say once.
Lord.
I'm not even playing. They were like, the reason that you get so deep into crack or whatever drug is because nothing is as good as the first high.
Well, and y'all know, this was my first time telling a man I loved him. This was my first real relationship. And so a part of me even continuing to go back was what I've seen in relationships. It's people fight, they break up, they get back together. So I was going off of what I believed a relationship is. Relationships aren't easy. You have to work at it. No one's going to be perfect. So a part of me just kept thinking, okay, if I do this, if I switch this, if I communicate this, it'll get better, without really knowing that, or without the mindset that, Mandii, there's maybe nothing that you can do to really make him show up different.
We have to dump these niggas, bro.
Oh, and did.
We have to dump them when we say it. And if we don't stick by that, this is when they do it again. There's a clip that
times 13
that went around about a dude. It was a famous nigga. I don't know who it was. They're not that famous, but he was like talking to this girl and he was like, oh, if I cheated on you ain't leaving. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Who was that?
Light-skinned Keisha's boyfriend.
She was like, what you mean I live? And he
meant it.
And he meant it. And she laughed. Like, she's not leaving.
No.
That shit hurt me watching it.
No, I'm not gonna lie, because it was, and he came back and doubled down like he wasn't a cheater. Bitch, everything about that was, you be out here cheating.
Bitch, you ain't going nowhere. That's
bitch,
what the fuck
nowhere. And to me, I think that's where, I think maybe my ex thought that same thing of me. Bitch, because
you got the 13.
You gonna come crawling back
anyway.
Did, but not no more. But y'all.
13 cities left.
Actually, there are. there are actually 13 cities left.
See you.
And real quick, if you're looking at the calendar, it says 12, but we're adding a show. You guys, we may have announced it by now, but we are looking to add a show. And just know, it's going to require a passport stamp. But
it's like, we've been there, yeah. But
we'll update y'all on that. But again, if you are looking to see us live, baby, we are on the Climax Tour, which will be your last time to see us on a tour. Okay? Now,
she's saying click on YouTube.
But on a tour, this is going to be the last time. So make sure y'all go over to Whoreible.com. Y'all, the next places we are hitting is the West Coast, and it's giving not only California love, but Phoenix love and Seattle love. So y'all, we are hitting Seattle September 7th at the Neptune Theater, September 9th, San Francisco at Beambo's. September 14th, we are in LA at the Palace Theater. And then September 15th, we are in Phoenix, Arizona at the Crescent
I'm inviting
Ballroom.
all the niggas I fuck with to the LA show.
Are you really?
Yes.
Really?
Why not?
You gonna bring them on stage?
No.
Oh, no.
No.
So
but if you guys want to bully Sharon and send a kiss
with dreads in the motherfucking audience in LA, they hers.
Oh, no. Lambo's coming to Atlanta.
Oh, you inviting all your little hoes. Look, you want to be me so bad.
Bitch,
that was me last tour,
hold
y'all.
on. Why I think
this
Lambo
tour.
baby mama, he was like, oh, when you going to be in Atlanta? I heard you was coming. I was like, because remember she listens to the show?
Oh, God.
I was like, are you kidding me? I haven't talked to him in so long. He was like, I'm coming. And I'm like, it's in like November or some shit. I don't know, nigga.
You lied. Because Atlanta is definitely in October.
Whatever, bitch.
Ooh.
What I know is, if that nigga comes, I feel like maybe he'll come up and do a couple of games.
Bitch, I'm going to say skirt, skirt. Shout out to the Lambo drivers.
I think bitches are going to know who he is.
Oh, probably.
I think he's one of those.
Probably. Well, y'all, make sure you also subscribe and support us on our Patreon. That is patreon.com/HouribleDecisions. And we are not 18 plus now, thank God. So you should be able to find us.
We should be.
When you search us. Hopefully they ain't switch it back, but make sure you go again to patreon.com/HouribleDecisions. And this has been yet another episode of Whoreible Decisions.
Love y'all. Bye.
Bye.